next.
Well, thanks, Senator Langford, for your continued leadership on this. The American people are paying the price and feeling the pain of the policies of Joe Biden as President of the United States, and specifically with energy. This past weekend in Wyoming, people were paying about $2 per gallon more than they were the day that Joe Biden came into office. That means they don't have that money for other things in terms of their lives, in terms of their children. The people are having to change the way they drive, they shop, and they live as a result of Joe Biden's policies, which has driven up the cost of gasoline all across the country. So what's he going to do about it? Well, he made a speech and he said he was going to release energy from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. This is the third Hail Mary pass he's thrown on this in the last 6 months. This is going to be incomplete just like the others, but he's going to continue throwing Hail Mary passes all the way through the election in November, at which time the American people are going to stand up and say, we're done with this, we're going to turn over the House and the Senate. The real concern I have at something like this release of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is it doesn't actually produce one more barrel of American oil. And today we're producing 1.3 million barrels a day, fewer than we were back in 2019. And some people call this release a gimmick. I'd say it's much more dangerous than that. And the reason is because he's drawing this emergency supply down to a level that we haven't been down to that low level since 1984. So what happens if there's a real emergency? Look, the American people get it. They know what we need to do. We need to produce more American oil and gas. The president knows what he has to do, but he's refusing to do it because he is so beholden to the liberal left. He needs to allow for sales of oil and gas leases on public lands. There's not been a single one since he's been president. Needs to actually then give the permits to drill there. There's not been any of those since he's been president. And there are over 4,600 of them in limbo waiting. And then he has to allow for the pipelines to be built to move the oil and the gas to markets. Not allowing those either. Well, the president has a lot of people he wants to blame. He has a whole long list. We can go through all of them. He wants to blame COVID, supply chain, energy executives, Putin, all of them. The American people see through it. They're not buying it. So today in the House, the far left, the liberal left, the climate elitists are holding another hearing with energy company executives. They must have amnesia because they held a similar hearing in October, except what they were yelling about in October is they said, you shouldn't produce more energy, don't produce more. Today they're browbeating him to produce more. This is unbelievable. We continue to hear empty words from a Democrat Party and from a president, and their tank is empty today.